From the PEP Radio Newsroom, these are the stories we are following at this hour. Transphobic billionaire Elon Musk reportedly shoved gay Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent during a screaming match last April after Bessent confronted Musk about failing to meet his pledge to cut $1 trillion from government operating costs. The details of the confrontation were only recently shared by former chief White House strategist Steve Bannon. Scott Bessent called him out and said, "You promised us $1 trillion in cuts, and now you're at like $100 billion and nobody can find anything. What are you doing?" Bannon told the Daily Mail. Bannon said the two billionaires then moved from the Oval Office to outside Chief of Staff Susie Wiles's office, and then outside the office of the then National Security Advisor Mike Waltz. And that was when Elon got physical. It's a sore subject with him, Bannon claimed. It wasn't an argument, it was a physical confrontation. Elon basically shoved him. The president, completely with Bessent after the clash, Bannon added, saying, "I don't think Bessent has any bad blood, but he's got a job to do and he's going to do it." Anti-LGBTQ plus White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt somewhat acknowledged that some sort of confrontation occurred when asked by a journalist about it last Friday. "It's no secret the president has put together a team of people who are incredibly passionate about the issues impacting our country," she said in a statement to thedailymail.com. Disagreements are a normal part of any healthy policy process. Turning to Pennsylvania news. On June 2nd, the Pennsylvania House Judiciary Committee held a hearing to debate House Bill 632, decriminalizing HIV in Pennsylvania. The bill, primarily sponsored by Philadelphia Representative Ben Waxman from the 182nd District, if enacted, would remove the last bit of criminal stigma attached to HIV in the PA Criminal Code. Referring to the part of the criminal code his bill will change, Waxman said, "This is a statute of a bygone era. The current code provides that a person engaged in prostitution or other sex crime who exposes another person to HIV can face a sentence enhancement from a misdemeanor to a Class 3 felony." According to supporters of the American Medical Association, the American Bar Association, and other professional organizations have put forth guidance around HIV transmission. HB 632 would modernize the criminal code to follow the guidance and the science behind HIV transmission and remove stigmatizing language. In his initial co-sponsorship memo, Waxman explained the rationale of decriminalization. In it, he said in part, "While prostitution is typically a misdemeanor offense, people living with HIV in Pennsylvania who are charged with prostitution can be charged with a felony even if transmission would not be possible because no physical contact occurred or the nature of the contact is not a method of transmission. HIV criminalization laws do not reflect the science around HIV prevention, transmission, and treatment. Instead, they stigmatize people living with HIV and are contrary to federal and state anti-disability discrimination laws." And finally, there were 932 anti-LGBTQ incidents across the United States over the past year, from hate speech and bomb threats to fatal violence, with more than half of these acts targeting transgender and gender-nonconforming people, according to a new report from the LGBTQ advocacy group GLAAD. The report found a year-over-year increase in incidents targeting transgender and gender-nonconforming people, state and local governments, and educators and librarians. It also found a decrease in incidents targeting drag performers and symbols of pride. This really goes towards showing these kinds of shifting tides in hate and what extremists like to focus on at the moment. Sarah Moore, an analyst of anti-LGBTQ extremism at GLAAD, told NBC News. They really are kind of beholden to the news cycle of the day. This is the third year GLAAD has published an annual report based on its anti-LGBTQ extremism reporting tracker. The 932 incidents tracked in this latest report occurred between May 1st, 2024 and May 1st, 2025. This is a 20% drop from last year's 1,173 incidents and an 80% increase from the 521 incidents tracked in its inaugural report in 2023. GLAAD defines anti-LGBTQ incidents as both criminal and non-criminal acts of harassment, threats, vandalism, and assault motivated by anti-LGBTQ hate and extremism. GLAAD tracks incidents through self-reports, media reports, social media posts, and data sharing from partner organizations and law enforcement, and then validated by a team at GLAAD. That's the news at this hour. If you are 18 or older, live in Pennsylvania, and are part of the LGBTQ plus community, visit paequality.com to take the Pennsylvania Equality Project's 2025 housing survey. Up next is the Meadville area weather forecast here on PEP Radio.